What is going on, ladies and gents? Hopefully you guys are doing well today. Good to see everybody in here. First and foremost, want to give everyone a happy Monday. Welcome to the Beyond Six Figures Facebook group. Whether you're in one of our Facebook groups, one of the several that we own, or the YouTube channel, wherever you may be, welcome to this incredible event we have with our very own Edmond Tu. We're going to be walking through today, guys, exactly how Edmond's been scaling brands and building them consistently, and more importantly, profiting every single day as he actually builds them, which is super important, guys. So, as we start here, I want everyone to pay attention. Okay, be ready to go. It's going to be very, very valuable, and everyone's going to kind of see exactly how we're able to make this happen over and over again here at BSF. Okay, Edmond, first and foremost, thank you so much for actually spending your time today to come on to speak to the BSF community. Obviously, we had our Platinum Mastermind yesterday that went for 4 hours plus, right? And we wanted to come back on today just to say what's up to everybody. So, Edmond, thank you so much for your time today, brother.
No, yeah, thank you for having me. It's exciting to be here. Just want to impart some of my knowledge and also my journey with BSF so far. So, yeah.
Very nice. And guys, what we'll be doing here, as we have a lot of people hopping on right now, which is awesome. What's up, everybody? Guys, if you wouldn't mind, throw a heart on this video if you could. We're actually using StreamYard right now. You guys know we usually do Zoom. We'll usually hop in Zoom, but I wanted to use StreamYard today just to stream this across all of our Facebook groups at once, which is exactly what we're doing right now. So whether you're watching one of our smaller, less active groups or one of our bigger, more active groups, good to see you today. And hopefully everyone's enjoying themselves. Happy Monday. And thank you for being part of the BSF community, ladies and gents. Whether you're brand new, or you've actually been here for years and years and years, like so many people have, welcome. And today is going to be massively valuable for you guys and actually understanding how you tend to see so much student success coming out of Beyond Six Figures and really what that is all about. So first and foremost, I want to go through a bit of a backstory from Edmond, right? Edmond joined our BSF program, many months ago, right? And, was struggling to gain real consistency. And fast forward a few months, my man is profiting every single day, right? Really growing his brand past multi six figures, right? And he's really getting toward that, 6 figure a month range as well. And I want to just walk everyone through, how he made that happen. He'll be kind of sharing that himself, right? And also I want everyone to understand how this stuff really is possible. Okay. I don't want anyone to think this stuff is too over the top, like rocket science, right? If you have the right systems and have the right structures, you can do very, very well, right? And what's cool is yesterday I was actually at dinner with one of our students, Gene, right? You guys probably know him from the university. He's one of our students. And he started right here at BSF as well. And now he's doing $5 million a year, right? And this is one of his new brands, which is super cool. He gave me a fresh hoodie. So I had dinner with him last night. And I was super excited to hop on today with Edmond to kind of keep that flow of student success, going so everyone could see exactly why it's consistent. It's not just one time or two times. This continues to happen, and you guys are going to see exactly why today. So Edmond, first and foremost, would you mind walking the people through kind of your backstory, what you did before e-commerce, and anything about yourself that the people should know about before we kind of get into the e-commerce side of things?
Yeah. So I actually I've been in the e-com space for maybe almost 2 years now. At first, it was like I had no idea what dropshipping was, what e-com was. And this was way before BSF as well, on social media, a lot of people were just talking about dropshipping, e-com, making money from home, all these gurus popping up. So I did what most people do in the beginning. I went to YouTube, looked at a bunch of videos. So I was like, oh man, this seems like I could do something from this. So I tried, putting up my own store, like literally pulled videos off AliExpress to make my own ads, and they turned out horrible. But I was, for some reason, I got like 1 or 2 sales, and I was like, oh, this is crazy. Somebody actually bought from me. I just went down this rabbit hole. Yeah, there's the aha moment. It was crazy. So after that, I decided to get some paid courses, just to see if I could further kind of my success and get more sales. And then after that, I did another kind of mentorship. And then after that is when I finally found BSF. And I think I was looking for BSF just because I had sales here and there, a little bit of profitability, but I was really missing that consistency I was looking for. I think before coming into BSF, I had my first winner and my only winner. I had a store that did close to 30K. And those are big numbers for me back then, but I was not very profitable. I had really slim margins. And as time went by, I think I felt like the store was kind of dying and the product was dying. And you know, at this time, I was starting to get a lot of BSF ads. And then also Justin was hitting me up, even like before I was in the program, just like asking me every quarter. I think it was like, "Do you need any help here? How's everything going?" So you know, that really stood out to me compared to kind of my last mentorships. Like even before he really was my mentor. He was always reaching out and seeing if he could help me out. It was then I decided to take the leap. And I think what really spoke to me is number one, Justin's like personal touch. He's always like trying to communicate with people, great people skills. And then also the idea of having, you know, systems in place for ecom, I think that really spoke to me as well, just because I feel like before BSF, I was just doing a bunch of random things, not really sure what to do and not having, you know, that sort of consistency. So I joined BSF and then, you know, a lot of things started to change for the better. Like my existing business, I was able to kind of revive it and get some of the profitability back. And I was looking at my metrics yesterday, just kind of seeing what happened before BSF and then right after BSF. I saw an increase in revenue, in conversion rate, in average order value, and just overall profitability and margins. So that just speaks to like what BSF can do for you.
That's awesome, Evan. And I appreciate you sharing all that, right? So awesome kind of backstory. And also I congratulate you on all your success as well. And I'm so happy that we could be a part of that here at BSF. And now, Evan, I want to kind of dig a little bit deeper into kind of, you know, exactly kind of the systems and structure that you've used to kind of get to this point. So you mentioned that, you know, initially you weren't that consistent, right? And you were seeking consistency, right? What was that bridge from you not having consistency to you now finally having consistency? What made it so that you can actually have consistency, which is really just operating a real business?
Right. Yeah. So I think the number one thing is just really the structure of the program, and then also the emphasis on like having systems in place makes like making your decisions every day on what to do with your business kind of a binary decision. So it's like either yes or no. You either do this or don't. So it's no like wishy-washy, nothing in between. So that just makes it easy to move forward. And for example, like if a product isn't working, you move on. If you know, an audience or like ad set is kind of in between, you kill it right away. You just move on. You don't kind of stay here and there and not sure what to do. And then also just like core ecom principles, I think I've learned along the way in the Platinum group. Slow cooking, we don't, and just like emphasis on no pump and dumps.
Yes.
You want you know, like linear growth, slow growth. I think a lot of gurus on YouTube talk about how they scale a store up from like 0 to like 6 figures in like a few weeks, but then it just dies right away. So I think that's something we don't focus on in BSF. We will always want that linear growth and slow growth. And some of these principles have definitely helped in kind of regaining that consistency for my business that was kind of on the way down.
For sure, for sure. And you know, Emmett, when we say systems, we're talking product research systems, we're talking targeting systems, we're talking scaling
Yep.
systems, we're talking metrics to scale audiences, we're talking metrics to kill off audiences, right? So there's a binary approach and a system like this for everything that we do, right? It's not theory, it's not random crap that you just found in the cereal box, right? It is something that's actually proven and something that gives you a binary approach, either A or B, right? And that's how
Exactly.
people are able to gain consistency like yourself. So that's incredible, Evan. And let me ask you this. So going even a bit deeper. So with the existing business, we said that we increased profitability, margin, average order value, consistency, LTV, everything really when you joined BSF, right? What changes did you make when you joined BSF that you didn't make previously or have on your store, et cetera?
Yeah, so I think like one big thing is just the idea of having a solid foundation with your ads. I mean, we focused on Facebook ads, like a solid foundation, exactly the
Like our
farm
big
and
bet, right?
building an infrastructure. So what I did was with like your advice, I basically started from the bottom up with algorithmic targeting. You know, kind of give some spark to my data, to my pixel. And then after that, we went into micro big bang with lookalikes, and then we scaled all the way back up to CBOs. Um, and you know, along the way, every week I would come to you with updates in the weekly mastermind. and we'd go from there every week. But just having a large infrastructure of ads rather than just one huge vehicle with a crazy high budget, that really delivered that consistency for me.
For sure. And just for everyone to kind of understand that even deeper, like highlighting the importance of a foundation, guys. Like when you have a business and you build your store, right, you don't want to just have massive inconsistencies, right? If you have massive inconsistencies, that's going to just make it so you don't have a real business. You're going to have a 2-week pump and dump, right? And what's really unique here, guys, is when you use a system like this, you're having all of your budget spread across many different audiences, right? It's going to get you lower cost per acquisition because of how they're set up. Rather than having all of your budget into just one specific campaign or one specific ad set, right, where you're more at risk, you're able to maintain consistency here, cook more audiences at once, which is going to help you and prepare you for the future of deeper scale, right? Which is so important. And one thing I want so many people to understand is it's not about instant $1 million. It's not about $1 million right now, $1 million overnight. Focus on building a business. Right? If you're someone who's so infatuated with trying to hit $1 million in 24 hours, right? Like it's going to be very difficult for you to maintain that consistency if you're brand new, even if you're a veteran, right? And you should be focusing on genuine, consistent scale upward. When you get to that point, that's great, but don't rush it, right? Your things like your supply chain can't handle it, right? Your ads aren't optimized enough. You're just going to be burning through spend and not having a great margin. You want to have a good margin with what you do. You want to actually make profit and make money with this, right? And that's one of the main things that we do here at BSF is we have great margin because we only scale when we see profit, right? Now, Edmond, walk us through like your profitability. So you've been profiting nearly every single solitary day for months, right? So some people can't even conceptualize that, right? They can't even spend an ad on one day in profit, right? So walk us through one, how that feels compared to what you're used to, and two, kind of some of the main things that helped you get there, whether it's those systems and whatnot as well.
No, I mean, obviously it feels great to profit every day. I think in the past and then also with other people too, a lot of people run into the problem of maybe one day they're like super profitable and then the next day they just lose all of it just because the ads just die or like are super volatile for them. And I think the way we combat volatility is like just going back to just having like an infrastructure of ads and just having that foundation, and then farming audiences to throw into a CBO. So this all comes from farm, but yeah, I mean came from slow cooking the audiences, and just really maintaining that consistency overall. You don't want to like suddenly bump a budget up from like $100 to $500. It's something we don't do. We do slow increases every day.
Right. And that's so key, right? Like, even though you're doing well, and this is what we talk about in our platinum, club all the time, even though we're doing well, like we want to scale it, we can scale it hard, but that's ultimately not going to be what gets you to have a real legitimate, consistent business. Right. And that's something that's so important that I've seen in you, Edmond. Like you're able to control yourself with actually running the business, right? That's big because so many people will just kind of get cocky. They'll just start to go ahead and increase the spend too fast. And that will usually implode the business, right? And that's one of the things that I would love for you to touch on as well, is like, even though you're making profit and doing well every single day, is it hard to not want to scale right immediately? But that by keeping consistency, that's what's ultimately going to keep your business there for longer, right? So maybe you're sacrificing, a few $1,000s less in profit that one day, right? But you're actually going to be picking that up over the next several days, weeks, and months, because you're actually going to be operating the business longer, having great customer feedback scores, right? Having happy consumers, right? And not imploding the business, right? So walk us through that, like walk us through like profiting every day and knowing like the equilibrium of scaling or not scaling,
Yeah. So like, I think you talked about this in one of the masterminds, like scaling, like you said, this one thing that really stood out to me. Scaling can be one of the best and worst things that you could do. Like if you scale properly, then you'll get those returns that you want. But if you suddenly blow up the budget, you'll confuse Facebook, you'll confuse your pixel, and then that could basically destroy your business. And then it's really just comes down to kind of having that discipline and understanding that, like that core ecom principle of, slow cooking and having your business grow slowly and steadily, and just not wanting all that, we don't want that instant gratification, I guess. I think that's like
right now. when you first launched this product, right? Walk us through what it looked like when you first began with the item, right?
Mhm.
How did it start? Did it gain sales immediately? And walk us through the progression upward as you started implementing these systems as well, right? So I want people to kind of see people who are
Yeah.
brand new or maybe don't have a proper brand yet, right? Or people who are, veterans who are looking to build up their next brand, right? For you, what did you see, right, when you first started marketing this product from zero? And then when you implemented the systems, what did you see as well, right? Just for a visual representation for people who are just getting started on a new brand or store.
Yeah, so I'll basically talk about I guess like the second product I basically built up from ground up using the BSF structure. Because I remember I said I came into BSF with already like a winner store. And then while I was kind of continuing to scale that, I also started testing new products. And this current product, I actually started testing in February, and we're currently scaling it. And last month I did 30K with this store. This month we're
And you're
gonna
running two brands right now using the same
exactly.
systems on both brands. And that shows you that it's not about theory or random crap. It's about having
Right.
a system, because you could do this over and over again. So you had your consistency, you built another one under the BSF principles, and now you're scaling both. That's incredible, Evan.
Exactly. And this second brand actually was my first product tested out of the entire arsenal of 20 products that we start with. So this is the very first one. And I was able to
Can you
scale
say
up
that
to
one
30K.
more time for the people in the back? So how many products did it take you to test in BSF until you found your second brand winner?
Just one, just only one.
You
But that
said you only
doesn't mean we
tested
didn't
one
build the
product.
assets. Right. Yeah. So I
Wow.
just one, but I built like with the BSF, principles, I built a bunch of landing pages, targeting sheets, but after testing one, I had a new winner on my hand. So
Right. And that's pretty incredible, right? Most people, they can't even make a single sale, right? Much less testing one product and making it a winner and then doing $30,000 in 1 month, right? That shows how well the systems work, right? And what's important here, guys, is like, you don't want to bank on your first item being a winner, right? But you also need to realize that when you use real systems, it's very much so possible,
right.
right? Which is pretty cool. Right. And so you own two brands at this point, Edmond, right? And you're having massive consistency with them both, right? You're a legitimate e-commerce entrepreneur at this point with multiple businesses. That's incredible, right? And one, I congratulate you, right?
Thank you.
That's absolutely sick, right? And I'm happy to be a part of it. Now, with that being said, on the product that you started brand new from scratch, your first item tested here at BSF, right? When you started that day one, what did it look like? Like, what are their sales day one? Like, walk us through the actual, like, Edmond's day one with that product.
Yeah. Yeah, so actually that's pretty interesting in the beginning. Day one actually got no sales. And like halfway through day two, I was like, okay, maybe this is gonna work. We're just gonna move on to our next product because I had everything lined up ready. I was getting ready to launch the second product and just kill off this second one. I think towards the end of day two, I looked at my ads manager and I got 2 sales. I was like, okay, we'll keep this going. We'll do like, according to the farm system, we'll pocket duplicate and try to get more winning pockets. And slowly, I just saw more and more sales every day. And I was, unlike other products in the past, I was profiting from basically day two. And that's just because of our ad structure, and then also just having the margins in place and choosing the right product that will give us that that nice fat margin that we want. So
That's
I just
amazing.
yeah.
That's amazing. And Edmund, we have a question here. So how many algo ad sets survived or got sales the first 3 days?
I think in the first 3 days, more than half survived. And that's like usually a really good sign if more than half of your algo audiences survive. In the past, I think only 1 or 2 of them survived, but over half. So I knew I had something big on my hand.
That's incredible. Now, when you saw that, what was your first reaction? What was your next scale move? Like, what did you do next?
Yeah. So basically, after that, once we get our first sales with the algo audiences, we start pocket duplicating. So any ad or audience that gets a sale, we'll duplicate 3 to 5 times inside our campaign, just so we're basically casting more hooks into a winning pocket, try to acquire more customers. So that's what I basically did until, and then I just let it slow cook. And then after, a certain amount of time, if we have winning audiences, we start increasing those budgets as well. Just trying to get that vertical scale, since we started with pocket duplication, that's more horizontal. And then just increasing the budget over time, slowly, and not just bumping it up like to a crazy budget. We start that vertical scale as well. After that, obviously, we start retargeting our first lookalikes on the board, and we just kind of advertise to some of the people that maybe was on our website but never purchased, and that just helps us acquire more customers as well.
For
and
sure.
then after all of that, you slow cook until, well, I slow cooked until I had basically 100 sales. And then we jumped into the super profitable Micro Big Bang campaign that usually does wonders for people. But basically, yeah, Micro Big Bang is where we first kind of have our first big scale, I guess. And that's where we basically take a bunch of lookalikes. We set their budgets to $1.50, and we get like some crazy returns with Micro Big Bang just because of the nature of the low budget, and then the high returns for each audience. And that really pushed my scale up even further. I think that helped me crack my 1K days, just launching Micro Big Bang. So
that's incredible.
That was crazy. Yeah,
that's an awesome walkthrough, Edmond. Thank you for that. Right, this is super helpful for anyone listening right now, for sure. And what's incredible is you really have a system here, right? Whoever your coach was, phenomenal. Wow. But like, you really know your stuff, right? And that's so beautiful, right? That you know what step goes after the next and the next and the next, right? Because that's the whole point of having a system. So you actually know what you're doing, right? So you could do this over and over again, as you're doing right now. You're doing this over and over again for two brands at once, right? Now, so ever since Algorithmic, right, you've been profitable nearly every single day, right? Because you just didn't scale like a madman. You actually value having a real business, right? Which is so amazing. So that's incredible, Edmond. Now, after the Algorithmic targeting campaign, right? Okay, walk us through. So after Algorithmic, you were gaining consistency, you were profiting every single day, right? Then you got to Micro Big Bang. Walk us through when you launched Micro Big Bang. What did you start seeing? Like, what did you start seeing? What really is Micro Big Bang for those who aren't sure? And what changed when you launched that campaign?
Yeah, so Micro Big Bang essentially is we're taking proven audiences from Facebook's data, from whether people had initiated a checkout or made a purchase on your store, and also whether they watched your creative or how much time they spent on that creative. We're just basically creating we're telling Facebook to go create these new audiences for us. In comparison to algorithmic targeting, rather, when we're actually just kind of trying our best to pick audiences, Facebook will choose these proven audiences for us in Micro Big Bang. And like I said, we start like a huge infrastructure of ads, setting them each to $1.50 budget, and we slow cooked them for 8 days. And yeah, I think I remember some of the returns on like the ROAS for some of these ad sets were super high, just because we're only spending $1.50 per day, and that will kind of force Facebook to give you like high quality consumers, and kind of also train your pixel to acquire customers with a really low cost. So just really lowering your CPA as well. I think some of my ROAS were in like the 50s and then like the 40s as well, just because it was a high ticket item.
That's like 50,000% return.
Exactly. Yeah. So
that's great. 50. And that's why, that's why like having low budget micro budgeting early on in the campaign is so incredible, because it really sets you on a platform to genuinely have profit. Right. And when you're making profits so early in a campaign, you have so much more confidence in the business and the brand. You become so much more infatuated with it. Right. You start investing back into it more with better content. Like you start working on it more. It makes it more fun when you're actually making money, profiting every day, of course. Right. Now, we have a question. So 50 ROAS after how many days?
Like 2 days, I think. Either first or second day, they'd get a sale. And that was only like $1.50 to $3 spent, right, in return for whatever. My product was kind of high ticket, so you can imagine why the ROAS was so high.
Right. So you make one sale with a super high ticket item that, let's say you make like $50, $60 net, right? And you make a sale on an audience that's only $1.50, right? That's incredible return, return.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, and that's beautiful, right? And that's what allows you to actually have a consistent business by not just putting all of your eggs in one basket or investing all your money in Tesla. If you're looking to get in the stock market, diversify it, right? Which is smart. Now, with that being said, what would you say is the biggest thing that you would say for someone who's, maybe doing, smaller numbers and wants to scale to where you're at, right? What would you say is your biggest piece of advice for those people? I mean, maybe even someone who's just starting out in e-commerce. Like, what's like your biggest piece of advice for anyone who wants to achieve real consistency and profitability on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, I guess like just understanding some of the, core e-com principles we talked about and having systems in place. And then also a second part of that, like having a good mentor as well. I think in the past, I've tried like a bunch of different things. Like I said, I've tried YouTube, I've tried, paid courses, I've tried other mentors in the past. At least for BSF, I think it's a complete game changer. It's absolutely different from everything I've experienced in the past. And just having a mentor that cares, I think, about how you'll do, and then also having that sort of accountability on a day-to-day basis on checking on you and making sure that you're doing the right things and pointing you in the right direction, so that you kind of achieve those real results and that consistency that's so important in business.
For sure. And now you run 2 companies right now on the BSF system, doing very well, profiting every single day. Mm-hmm. Did you ever think, like, how old are you again, Edmond?
I'm 24.
You're 24 and you're running up numbers like this, and you have 2 businesses, right, in the e-commerce space. That's incredible. That's insane. Like, did you ever think you'd get to this point at this age? Like, obviously we knew you'd get here, right? But how does it feel to be a 24-year-old running up 2 businesses and brands at the same time, making money every single day online?
No, yeah, that's definitely something I didn't think was possible. Like they say it's impossible until it's done. So yeah, it's been crazy what I've been able to do ever since joining like Platinum and building up these 2 businesses that run concurrently. So
that's amazing.
Very happy, yeah.
For sure. And again, congratulations on all your success, man. And it's incredible to see. And you're such a humble guy, right? You're such a humble guy. Like, you always hop in the masterminds. Yeah, my ROAS is like 40. like everyone's like, oh my God. You're so humble. That's amazing, man. So, we're very grateful for you. And one thing I do want to ask as well, as you gain consistency more and more, right? Obviously you want to hit the next level, right? As you've been growing in e-commerce, obviously at first it was, okay, let's build one business and make a sale. Then it's, okay, let's build one business and make it consistent. Let's build one business and scale it. Now you're doing it on a second business, right? Now we're looking to scale both these businesses higher, right? In your head, right? What's your end goal? Where do you want to take this thing long term?
I think at the moment, I just want to build like a bunch of assets, or just like e-com stores that are doing, a lot of revenue per month. And then I think I just want to learn more, and then, be super efficient in how I move and be able to identify, winners just by looking at it. And I want this, I want this to be easy for me, like for kind of just to master these systems. And, even though I have 2 stores going on, I feel like I still have a lot of work to do. Regardless, I'm still really hungry for, for those big numbers. I feel like I'm not there yet. So I'm just getting started, I think. So.
And that's something I was talking with Gene about yesterday. He's doing $5 million a year. And I'm like, you're never going to be satisfied, right? No matter where you get, you're going to want to hit the next level, right? Yeah. It's like a never-ending abyss, and that's something that you just can't take out of entrepreneurs like us, right? We want the next level. We want to be great at everything we do, and there's never going to be an end, right? So I would definitely say enjoy it, Edmond. You're an incredible individual. I'm so proud of you, and I want you to just enjoy the moment as well, right? And also kind of look forward for the next piece of scale that obviously is imminent over the next few weeks. I mean, we have Q4 coming up soon. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be ridiculous. We'll get the Black Friday strategy going and everything in between. It will probably be obviously your best year in business ever, right? Which is going to be insane. And I think that's going to be something that not only is monumental for you, but it's going to kind of set the stage for everything that will happen for the next few years for yourself as well.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Q4 and Black Friday, Cyber Monday. We have all our systems in place. I think we're going to get some crazy scale at the end of the year.
For sure. And one cool thing as well, before we kind of come to a conclusion here, right? So at this point that you're at, I know we went through some specific walkthroughs, right? As to, how you got here, how you made it happen. But is it rocket science? Like people who are brand new, people who are looking to hit those huge numbers, like they believe this is rocket science. They believe it's not possible. It's tough. Like, is this rocket science? Like walk us through, like, if this is really possible for, someone who is committed.
It's definitely possible. I mean, if I can do it, anybody can do it. I think it's rocket science if you don't know what you're doing, and if you don't have that sense of direction of where you need to go. And that's where, mentorship always comes into play, and having a good mentor who's accountable and cares about how you do. It's definitely not rocket science if you have those pieces that you need to win.
Right. And, so many people try to overcomplicate it, right, by looking at 1.5 billion different videos, right? So throughout this live, you said kind of following these systems has enabled you to get, better metrics and better scale and just find winners across the board here. So you'd say that having like one system that you follow rather than piecing a bunch of random different things online is definitely a better way to go, right?
No, yeah, that was the problem I had in the beginning when I was watching like different people every single day and trying maybe because this didn't work, I'll try this and maybe this will work. And I think that's like the number one problem a lot of people have. Like YouTube videos are helpful, but to a certain extent, like you don't want to be trying different systems every day. You want to have one system and stick with it and just go on and test through it, and not switch every single day, and have that binary approach that we talked about like throughout this entire call.
Right. And I guess lastly, Evan, would you recommend BSF for someone who's serious about e-commerce?
No, absolutely. Like I said, BSF is nothing like I've done before. Like all the mentorships and courses I've taken, I think one big thing that stands out to me is just the energy, and then like the community that is always supporting you, and having that 24/7 having that 24 hours, 4 days and 7 hours, they're always there for you in the group, always auditing your business, helping you take a look at your ads. You can post at like 4 a.m. Inside the group, and somebody will get back to you. They're always there for you. Justin's always there for you. You can hit him up at any time. You would think that after you join the group, Justin would kind of be hands off, but no, he's in there auditing things along with the rest of the team and giving his feedback. And then also just like the masterminds on a weekly basis, like those are super helpful as well. Like he'll sit there as long as he needs to help people get what they need for that week, and then he'll come back and do it again. And I would say the masterminds are the most helpful. I've never had a mentor that's willing to sit there for as long as 10, 15 hours to help whatever needs to be done. So I think it's definitely a game changer, and I'm super happy that I took the leap to join Platinum as well.
That's incredible, Edmond. And I appreciate you hopping on today, man. Thank you so much for your time. I know you got 2 businesses to run, right? So you're definitely strapped for time. We appreciate you making it for us here. And ladies and gents, everyone watching right now, let's give a little round of applause and a thank you to Edmond down below in the comments section, whether you're watching from our Dropify group, or the Beyond Six Figures group, the Ecom Empires group, Dropshipping for Beginners, the YouTube, wherever you're watching, put a comment below, a little round of applause and thank you to Edmond. And if you're watching on the replay right now as well, guys, okay, I highly urge you, comment #replay below or #Edmond. I'll be choosing someone to win a BSF hoodie in each group, which would be awesome as well. We have a lot of people who says, one thing that I can say for sure by joining Platinum, Justin is very attentive to all of my questions and takes the time to do it thorough every week, which is awesome. Congrats, Edmond. Thank you. We got some fire emojis. Congrats on your success, Edmond. My man, Finn. That's Finn. So enjoy the ride up, Edmond. Lots of really grateful people, man. And we appreciate you obviously hopping on today and giving this incredible walkthrough, because what's cool, I think you did a really good job at simplifying it and really showcasing that it is not, a different language, right? This is something that is just something that you have to learn like anything else. Right. And once you learn it, you could do it over and over again, which I think is so important. And not only are you doing it on one brand with the BSF system, but you put it to the test, did it on a second brand, found your product, found your winning product in the first item ever tested in BSF, and scaled it to well over $30,000 a month alongside your first brand. Right. There's no other program or experience that comes even close to having students do that. Right. And what's cool is, this is something that's pretty common here at BSF, which is awesome. So you're one of the many success stories that we have here, Edmond. And, I would love to get you even into a deeper network of all the successful students here at BSF. I'd love you to meet Gene and everyone else. And I'll be getting you in a deeper network as well, which would be fun for you. And I think will be really helpful for your movement forward. And there's a lot of people who are brand new, be at hashtag BSF effect. Good to see you, brother. Can't wait to start my brand, right? There's a lot of people who want to get started. They just don't really have the guidance. They don't have the real push. And for anyone watching right now who's considering BSF, like, genuinely do it. Like, obviously I would say that, but like, genuinely you should do it, right? Because we're going to help you do it for real and actually build a real business and understand systems so you could do it over and over again like Edmond's doing, right? So realize, guys, that, when you learn this, it's cool to build a business with me and the team, right? But it's even cooler to learn the systems to do it over and over and over again, right? That's what's valuable. And Edmond, like, you own these businesses, right? You own 2 companies here at BSF, right? Like, those businesses are worth what they're worth. They make what they make. How about the value of knowing how to build them over and over again? What is that worth, right? Like, that's priceless,
No, yeah, that's like a super high value skill. If you can do it over and over again, like, doing it once isn't, like, being able to luckily guess and just do it once isn't that cool. But being able to kind of replicate this and do this over and over again, because you're confident in the systems and, some of these principles that we learn. Now, I think that's really valuable in life, just having those, like, a high value skill like that.
No, for sure. And, with that being said, I think it's a good place to kind of leave it off, guys. For everyone watching right now, if you wouldn't mind putting a heart on the live stream video here, guys, if you enjoyed it, we'll be doing a lot more of these. And Edmond, the community really loves you, man. We probably have to have you back sometime soon as you continue forward in your scaling. What do you say?
No, let's do it. Yeah, I'm always open. Yeah, let's do it.
Cool, man. And again, brother, thank you so much for making the time for our people today. Congratulations on your success as well. I'm honestly just genuinely proud of you, dude. It's just like, this is why we built Beyond Six Figures, is to literally do this. Like, this is why we did it. So, thank you so much, my friend. Right. Everyone's super grateful. And Edmond, where can the people find you if they want to say what's up and kind of follow your journey?
Yeah, so you can find me in both the BSF group and then also in Platinum. And then also, I think I have my Instagram handle next to my name on the screen. So feel free to hit me up. We'll talk all things ecom. And yeah, I'll talk about a little bit more about my journey and experience. And I'd be happy to help anybody who needs some sort of guidance or needs a little bit more testimonial with BSF. But yeah, I'm always happy to talk.
Hey, you're the man, brother. And that was incredible. Thank you so much again, ladies and gents. Thank you for hopping on today. This will be posted as a replay. And like I said, if you want a chance to win a hoodie, all you got to go ahead and do is make sure that you have a heart on this video that you're watching right here in whatever group, and then comment hashtag Edmond or hashtag replay below, and you'll have a chance to win a hoodie. I'll literally respond to your comment if you win, and you'll be able to see it. And you get a nice little custom BSF hoodie. And for those of you who are just hopping on as well, right, definitely make sure that you guys go through this whole video over again. If you didn't watch the whole thing, this will be posted right now in the group. You could rewind it, right, and you could watch the whole thing, right? So the reason I did this on StreamYard today is so everyone can have it in all of our groups, right, rather than just doing it on Zoom and having to repost it. So if you're just hopping in late, when I go ahead and post this in about 2 seconds here, you watch the whole thing over again, and put a heart on the video, comment hashtag replay, comment hashtag Edmond, and you'll have a chance to win one of those hoodies, guys. So thank you guys for everyone showing up today. Good to see everyone. Great turnout. So many, awesome people who are hopping in here today. And Edmond, thank you so much for your time as well, brother. The people really loved you. I would even say put a post up in the BSF group as well, and I'm sure you're gonna have a lot of people, thanking you for your time and everything else, man. So if anything you need, you let me know, ladies and gents. Absolutely. We love you. We're always here. Heart Edmond. We love Edmond. And anyone who needs anything from us, just reach out, guys. Like, seriously, it doesn't have to be so formal. You can just hit us up, just shoot us a message. We do this all day, every day. You don't have to go through all the funnels or whatever, right? You can just shoot us a message, put a post up in the Facebook group, or you could just go to justinwall.com/platinum. For those of you guys who are looking to get more info on the program, I'll put this down here for any of us who are looking to get more information. You'll post in some of the groups, but if you don't see it, I think I just posted on YouTube. If you don't see it, you just go in your search bar, you just type in justinwall.com/platinum. And that's literally it if you want to get more information on what we do, guys. So we love y'all. Have a good rest of your day. Enjoy it. Enjoy your Monday. Let's get back to work. And Edmond, thank you so much again, brother. And we will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.
Yes.